Hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. My name is Magnus. What I'd like to do is to present some simple facts about what the human body is composed of. And then with that information, you'd be more empowered to make smarter environmental or lifestyle choices. Oh, before I mention, do you like my t-shirt? Frack-free Lancashire. That's what we're going for. Crazy world. Don't let me go in on that one. Okay. These are rough ballpark figures. Around 60% of your body, of my body, is composed of water. Round about 18% is composed of protein. About 15%, maybe slightly more, for others, is composed of fat. About 2% would be carbohydrates, and 1% would be vitamins and minerals. Now, obviously the big factor that's missing there is likely to be the bacteria, which obviously accounts for a huge weight, well, about between 3 and 5 pounds in the stomach. And that is, well, they believe most of our health is determined by the good 85-15 not so good balance of the bacteria in there. So if that's true what I said, what the body's composed of, I don't remember sharing with you anything about patented big pharmaceutical chemicals. In fact, I'm here to make a very bold statement to you. Whatever label you've been given, whatever disease you have, it doesn't mean that your body's suffering from a deficiency of whatever pharmaceutical drug your doctor's going to prescribe to you. Interesting. Does that mean don't take it? I didn't say that. What I basically told you is that your body is not deficient in any pharmaceutical drug, period. Yes, they do have a purpose. But when you think about it, what really has caused or created the dis-ease? The body's not at ease. What has created it? And what you will find by asking yourself smarter questions is hopefully you will be able to make the right distinctions so that you can correct that imbalance. It's all about yin and yang. It's about balance in our body. And to the degree that we're in balance, everything's good. But when we're out of balance, the physical body has no reason to lie to us. If it did, we would die. So obviously we need to make some smarter choices. But for many of us, because of our learned helplessness, we will go to see a doctor or somebody who deals in disease, living 10 years less than you and I do. Again, look at the stats. And they are likely to prescribe a toxic chemical. Now, please understand, I'm not anti anything. I'm not anti-doctors. I think they're beautiful people. They're doing it right. They're just not doing the right thing. They've been conditioned, they've been programmed through their education to, as pharmacologists basically, to prescribe chemicals to treat at best your symptoms. Dumb, wake up. So, any disease or label you have is not a deficiency of a big pharmaceutical chemical. You know that, you've been reminded. So what is it that your body wants? Well, let me also remind you that all disease starts in the gut. Interesting. So whatever label you've got, whatever condition, from anything on the external, means there's an internal challenge going on. What is that? And the chances are you need to start with what's going on inside, whether you have metal fillings, whether you've got dysbiosis, whether you've got gut permeability or what we call leaky gut. These are the things to start off with, to identify. You can do that with certain tests, but also to start putting in the right fuel. And it's always an invite, but if I was you, what I would do is stop consuming anything that contains any of the 4 toxic sins: salt, sugar, pasteurization, and I've got to say grains. Yes, some grains are okay for some people, like buckwheat and quinoa and amaranth and perhaps millet, although it can slow the thyroid down. Yes, those may be okay, and maybe rice too. However, if you completely come off grains, and the reason I remind you that is because for 99.99% of our cells, they've never been in touch with a grain before. As hunters and gatherers for what, 3.2 million years, we never consume grains. Why? Because the body required more fat and protein to sustain us. You know, the big thing that's going on now about intermittent fasting, well, that went on for ages. for millennia, because sometimes we might have eaten on, say, a Monday, not had anything till Wednesday or Thursday, but what we did consume was predominantly fat and protein. And you could liken that to the big logs. If you put the big logs on the fire, they're going to burn for a long time. However, if you put something like some carbohydrates in there, whether it be fruit, and I'm not saying don't consume fruit, seasonal is good, berries are good, wild berries even better, your strawberries and blueberries, because the other ones that aren't wild generally have a lot more fructose in them, commercially raised as well. But those things, they're like kindling, and when you light them up, woof, they go. And if of course you drink alcohol, well, you might as well put gasoline on. So that's just a snapshot example of actually putting in the right fuel that will sustain you. Because when I have a meal, I might eat once or maybe twice a day, but I make sure I put more fat and protein in, so I'm satiated for 5 or 6 hours. So coming back to what I first presented, and what I presented was a reminder of what percentage of fat, protein, carbs, and vitamins and minerals and water actually exists within our body. And as I also made the statement, none of that was to do with a pharmaceutical chemical. So I liken that to the big pink elephant in the room, and nobody's talking about it, but there it is. Just ignore it. No, I would like to remind you that you can take responsibility and almost like get back that learned helplessness, which most of us learn in society. Oh, please help me, I'm broken, doctor, and here's a prescription drug. Where did we start going wrong? Well, there's a history on that in alone. Oh dear, could we go back that far? 100 years or so? Rockefeller's time? No, let's not go there. Just a reminder that not to take life too seriously and to have fun and put in the right fuel. And also a reminder that if you do have any label, that usually means two things. One, you're not getting enough of something, or two, you're getting too much of something. And you will know what that is because you're smart, you're intelligent, and you can obviously ask the question and find out. As always, have fun. My love to you all. Bye for now.